Hi, my name is Kyle Wilson, and here's my presentation to the board for the social media marketing that I've been doing for Buhi Supply Company. So the goals that Buhi gave me were that they wanted to increase their market share from 0.25% up to 0.3%, which is quite a big share of the market as it's really a big market for bags. They also wanted to increase their annual revenue from $15 million to $17 million, and increase the number of visitors to their website. So to be able to reach these goals and help Buhi reach these goals, my personal goals for their social media was to increase the engagement, increase the followers, increase conversion, and then more specifically, I wanted to bring in $15,000 in revenue each week from social media and have at least 700,000 impressions each week from social media. So to reach my goals, I decided that I would use Instagram as my main platform. Most of the target audience of Buhi is active on Instagram, and I really wanted to be able to tie into this. I also wanted to work with influencers, and as I started to do that during this time in running Buhi social media, I found that influencers really were able to help bring a lot of engagement and also increase revenue. I also decided that I would make posts at certain times to also increase engagement. And then I would market to our target audience, which is people aged 19 to 32. And that actually makes up about 90% of our market. And then the main goal was to just improve social media to be more successful than our main competitor, which is Herschel. So the strategy that I used for the simulation was to post at the peak times so we could get the most engagement. And that's usually at night after people are done with work because this main demographic of age 19 to 32 work full-time jobs usually during the day. So they come home around 5 or 6 and they're on social media. And I also wanted to, like I said before, I used influencers because this is a group of people that are generally influenced quite a bit and are pretty susceptible to that. Again, I used Instagram. I thought that this would be a good way to go. I use most Instagram and Facebook, and I think that this was very helpful in reaching the goals. The content that I posted was mainly to appeal to the target audiences, which I'll get to on another slide. And then I would also pay to promote the posts. I would generally spend about $500 per post to promote each post. And I think that this got it out to a good targeted audience. And it let me break it up throughout the week as we had a budget of $5,000 per week. It helped me to be able to promote most of my posts as well as use influencers. And I think that this was a good strategy for me to use. So our target audience is the 29% of our target audience is the day packer Tom is what it's called. And this is mostly males age 18 to 26 who like adventure. They like being outside, whether it's hiking, camping, backpacking, you name it. Anything outside, we wanted to attract their attention. The second biggest audience that we like to target is called the back to school Mindy, who's generally an 18 to 26-year-old female who attends school, is interested in fashion, and wants something that looks good and is also functional. And this is about 20% of our market. So the most successful channel that we found was Instagram. And throughout the entire simulation, we had 10,436,074 total impressions just on Instagram alone. And just from Instagram, we had a total revenue of $120,033. And then Facebook was about half of this for both of those. Another thing that we found to be very successful was the use of influencers. And the main influencers that I used had a very big following on Instagram, which meshed really well with my goals to use Instagram a lot. So for the Buhi crisis management, where Taylor Swift posted a picture of a note that she found in her Buhi bag of a Chinese prisoner who's being abused, um, we decided to issue a public apology via social media and show how we are changing and how we are treating our employees fairly, how we aren't just trying to get cheap labor. We're not abusing anybody. That was just a misunderstanding, how that note got in our bag. And we're also starting a Chinese prison improvement fund, which we hope will spark some involvement from our customers as well as create real change so this doesn't happen again for anybody. So throughout the simulation, I was able to see a lot of company growth. I was able to increase the revenue, increase the engagements to 914,711 engagements, as well as awareness, which was a total of 22,798,606 total impressions. So this was a really big improvement from where we were at before. And then the total revenue was $305,557 with only a budget of $5,000 per week. So the total budget of $60,000 throughout this simulation. So this is a great improvement. And I think that this budget was good and it really helped us to do what we needed. Although I think that we could increase that revenue even more if we had a bigger budget. So a couple of my recommendations to the board are that we continue using Instagram. We saw a lot of success with Instagram. It doubled any other social media platform. Facebook came in second, but it was half of what Instagram was. So I think that if we keep using Instagram and really continue to improve our content, create more images and more photos and just things that we can use, I think that'd be a great idea because posting every day, we can run out of content pretty quick. And like I said before, I think that if we can increase the budget, even just to $10,000 per week, I think that we could really increase our revenue as well as following and just general engagement. Then I also think that Buhi needs to continue to partner with influencers on social media. This really helps to connect with a larger group and to increase our audience as our content is seen by more people and more people learn about us. I think that this will help us reach our goals and help Buhi grow as a company. Thank you for listening to my presentation, and I hope that you learned something, and I look forward to your questions. Thank you.